with gasoline and something loud and making a bunch of noise like a traditional generator. This is your power station. So when the power goes out, whether it's the lights go out because there's an electrical storm, or tornadoes, or hurricanes, or earthquakes, or all of those, and you don't have to be without power because the power has gone out in your home. When you have this, you always have power for your phones, for your computers, your tablets, your mini refrigerators. We've got these for you, and we've offered them in the past, and they've been very popular. They've been customer picks. This is generation 2. I know you're gonna love it, and we're gonna give you all the details. The one that I'm holding on to is rose gold, and I even love that they're pretty. We also have them in gold. So these are 2 colors that you will not find anywhere else except for HSN. And this one, we're calling white, but this one we're giving you last call because it will sell out during this presentation. So if you want that one, you order white. Now, Justin Smith is joining us with this today's special too, because the price is fantastic, and really, the power station is fantastic.
The power station is fantastic. Like you said, it was the first generation was a customer pick, and this is generation 2. EcoFlow has put their heads together with HSN, and they have brought you something even better. What this is this is giving you that industrial amount of power that's an equivalent to those old, clunky, toxic gas generators in the palm of your hand. Sense of security, peace of mind. Get this. Watch real closely. It's going to be really easy. No more pull cranking, no more filling with gas, no more oil. All you have to do is take it out of the box, press the button, boom, you have immediate access to that industrial amount of power. Now here's where the rubber meets the road. Turn it around to the back. I want you to see these right here. These are your AC ports right there. These are your AC outlets. Look around your house. Virtually anything that you can plug in around your house, you can plug into the back of the river. I am talking lights. This is our table lamp right here. We're gonna go ahead and plug this in, and we're gonna turn this on. So if we had a hurricane, now we have lights, or any other natural disaster, life's unexpected moments. We have a fan because we're in Florida, but let's say we're up north and we wanna plug in a heater, it'll do that as well, but let's go ahead and get our fan plugged in. And this river is going to power those lights, those fans, for over 100 hours. Now, FEMA recommends that we have about 3 days of provisions on our hands. Let me turn this down just a notch so you can hear me talk. 3 days of provisions on our hands immediately following a natural disaster. This is gonna give us over 4 days of lights, fans, heaters, plus it'll power your televisions, all that good sort of stuff. Again, it only weighs about 11 pounds, and it's about the size, like you said, a toaster, a gallon of milk. It is going to get our life back to normal, a little bit easier and a little bit quicker, because we often think about food and water, but when that natural disaster strikes, we forget about power. But when you're without power for a day or two, life can get very hectic, and not to mention its other just recreational uses, not just for natural disasters, but what about for hunting, for camping, for fishing? You're going out with your friends, your family. Take it out on the boat, take it out in the RV. But if you live in a condo or an apartment or something like that, you can't have those old clunky gas generators there, because you have to keep them outside because of the fumes and the gasoline, and they're loud. What if you get evac during a natural disaster? You have to go to a shelter. You can't take those old clunky gas generators, but what you can take is the 21st century battery power generator in this EcoFlow river, and we can continue to plug things in because we have 9 ports here, Tamara.
And I can plug them all in at the same time.
You can plug them all in at the same time. So I just plugged in my phone. We see that is now powered up, and I brought a Wi-Fi hotspot here. We're gonna go ahead just so we have internet. Now these are my USB ports I'm plugging into right now. Virtually all of your electronics right now you can plug in. Now I've got my Wi-Fi hotspot going, your iPad, and 9 ports at the same time, and you see I'm not losing lights, I'm not losing power. Now my iPad is running. I can plug in. Here's one of the great things I heard Aaron mention at the bottom of last hour with that HP computer. I've got my MacBook right here, and I can plug this into my new USB-C ports. Within about 6 months, you heard that just come on, within about 6 months to a year, all of your electronics, your Lenovo's, your MacBooks, they're all gonna be moving over to these very powerful mini USB or USB-C ports. And there's so much more to talk about, but
I mean, there is, and this is, when as you're seeing this and you're saying, wait a minute, think about it, because the house, the electricity in your entire home could be out and down, and you don't know how long that is. It's always after the storm and after it's all over that you can say, well, my power was out for 5 hours. But in that moment, you didn't know if your power was gonna be out for 5 hours and you could just tough it out for 5 hours, or if it was gonna be out for 5 days. Right. You don't know that in the moment. And there are some times where you need the electricity for that light, because light is that sense of safety and security. Maybe you need it for health reasons and you have to be able to plug something in. If you didn't have a power station like this, what would you do? Sometimes that's where panic sets in. You know, most generators are sold right after a natural disaster, and maybe you went out and spent hundreds of dollars on one, but it requires gas, and in that moment, would you know how to use it? You know, because you don't use it until the disaster is on its way, you know, if you have some, even some notice on it. So it's nice that with this, you already know how to press a button and turn it on, and you already know how to plug things in, which means you already know how to use your river.
It's truly pick it up, plug and play, industrial amount of power. Now, Tamara, one thing I want you to do, if you don't mind here, is pick that river back up just to show everybody at home how easy it is. Go ahead and press that button right there.
Okay.
There you go. Now you have immediate access to that power. Let's flip it around to the back side, and I'm gonna go ahead and activate these AC wall outlets. Now, you were talking about medical devices. I brought here, I'm gonna go ahead and plug it in. I brought here, this is our CPAP machine, okay? We can see this just came on. So many of you at home use these CPAP machines for breathing at night. You keep it always plugged into your river in case you have that unexpected power outage and you need to breathe, but not just, you can hear it just came on.
Yeah.
So if we lose the ability to breathe in the middle of the night, that's not a good thing. But our river is going to power all of our medical devices, not just the fun things, the lights and all that sort of stuff, but our medical devices, your breast pumps, your CPAP machines, your nebulizers. Think about the important things that you're gonna need when you lose that power. We're right on the verge of hurricane season. Fires out west, tornadoes coming across the southeast right now, blizzards up north. In fact, Denver just had the worst blizzard they've had in decades. So, and it's not getting any better out there right now.
Wow, so we need power. I mean, everything in our life it requires a plug-in, you know, and this is the way that you do it. I like the size of it, and I know that you will as well. Again, about the size of a gallon of milk or about a toaster, right? You can take it along with you if and when you need to, because obviously you can use these at home. But Justin and I were talking earlier about when you go camping, when you're out hunting, when you're out and about in nature, it's nice to be able to take these with you. This one's almost gone. Oh, okay, this one just sold out, so I'm actually gonna take this one away.
I'll take that out of your way here for you. Okay.
So you can get it now in the gold or the rose gold. And it comes along with the case, it comes along with the power adapter, because once you've exhausted the power out of this, you can recharge this over and over.
That's right, there's 3 ways to recharge the river. It will hold a full charge for 12 months. So if you only take it out during those unexpected moments, rest assured it will have a full charge. We're gonna give you a charger for your wallet in your house, just normal, where you can recharge this. That takes about 4 to 6 hours. We're gonna give you a charger for your cars, because you can keep this in your car, next to your pets, next to your kid's bed, in your bedroom even. You don't have to keep it outside because there's no gas, it's silent, there's no toxic fumes. So you can charge it in your car, in your house, or get this. This is the coolest part right here, like you were mentioning, hunting, camping, fishing, boating. A solar panel charger. You can recharge your river in as little as 6 to 8 hours with this solar panel charger, creating an indefinite amount of self-sustaining power. When Hurricane Irma pushed through, all of my friends with gas generators, you couldn't get gas within a 10-mile radius of the St. Pete, Tampa area. So when they were running out of gas, they were losing power. The river, just lay this out on your driveway, and you can, even under partly cloudy conditions or in the middle of the forest, you can continue to create your own charging power out of the river, because you are using God's solar energy to power your river and keep you connected with your lights, your fans, your heaters, and all that good stuff.
This is so good. And if you want the solar panel charger, it is a separate purchase, but it's so worth it. So this is what you do. When you buy your power station, and you decide to get the solar panel, you can take $30 off the price of the solar panel. It's called a bonus buy. So you buy this, you can take $30 off the price of that solar panel, which would take it down to $169. And it's so worth it to have, because now, as long as you have access to the sun, you are never gonna be without power.
Yeah, you're never gonna be without power, even under partly cloudy conditions. And like you said, hunting, camping, fishing. And if you don't mind, I'm gonna take this white one here, even though we just sold out, and I wanna go show you some fun things, right? So we've talked about the disaster, but let's go over there, and I just wanna show you a couple fun things. Let's unplug our light here. And you know, what about keeping the TV on, right? Whether we're tailgating or we don't want to be tethered to a wall at our house and we want to maybe take this out tailgating, or we just need to watch the weather, right? When the hurricane passes and we don't have a radio or anything like that, or we want to keep the kids or even the adults in our house entertained post a storm or at any time. Now give it a second. That is a high definition 32-inch TV, so it's drawing an immense amount of power. You can see it just came on. It's going to power that TV for hours and days on end.
Wow.
But here's just to show you the power of this river, and I'm not going to lose anything on the TV, but this is a power drill. By the pure nature of itself, by the name of it, it draws an immense amount of power along with this HD TV. I'm gonna go ahead and plug in my power drill here, and if I have a project to do around the house, if I'm a handyman,
Wow, great.
and that'll keep operating for hours and days on end. A table saw, a power saw, and you see my TV is still going, so I can play video, watch local broadcasts, and all that sort of great stuff. You got your phones, your weather radios, your lights. Think about all the necessities, the games for the kids. I mean, so many things. And one thing I do want to take you through on the front here, why I forgot to mention this, is this screen right here. This is new and improved on this Generation 2 model. Now we're showing you the input of your charging, the output of how many watts you're putting out, plus your actual percentage of battery you have left with the amount of hours that you have left. Depending on what you have plugged in, this can vary. But why is this important? It's clear to read, crystal clear LCD, but you're never gonna have that interrupted power. This is what we call UPS, uninterrupted power source, because we will know well in advance before your river is low on battery to recharge this. And when you wanna recharge your river, you don't have to unplug all your things like other power banks, like generators to fill it up with gas, where you have to unplug all your devices and you have interrupted power. You can keep all your devices plugged in, your TVs,